Hi Daniel. Now I have seen your message, mate. Well, I want to summarize how I have learned English. Well, I have to say that I have explained this in some videos in the past, right? But it would be a good idea to mention it again for you. Perhaps you could include it in your podcast if you want, or well, it's up to you, mate. No problem. Well, my story with English is quite long. First, I have a background related to English. I lived in Australia when I was a child, and when I was a child, I had a great level of English, a native level of English. I spoke like a native when I was a child. But then my family and I, we went back to Chile, which is our country, right? Our home country, and here they only speak Spanish, right? So now I'm 40 years old, and we arrived here when I was 8 years old, right? So, well, little by little, I began to lose my English, and I can say that over years, I practically I have nearly lost it at all, right? So, well, then I guess, well, I'm trying to summarize 30 years, right? And I can say that perhaps when I was 25 years old, I could say that I lost my English when I was 20, or when I was 18. I didn't speak any English at all. Well, a little bit, right? I thought my level was really poor. So then, well, I can say that when I was around, 10 years ago, I studied a little bit, but I didn't manage to get it back. And, when I was around 35 years old, 5 years ago, I have been to Australia, right, for holiday, and I realized how was how I have lost my English, right? Well, I before going to Australia, I studied English a little bit, but there I realized that I needed really to study English. So then, when I came back to Chile, I made the decision to try to learn English. But in 5 years ago, there wasn't I didn't have the tools that I have nowadays, right? So, well, I remember that I started learning songs by heart, right? And that was a long and fun process, right? I began learning songs by heart. So I know loads of songs by heart, right? Loads of songs. So that is an aspect of my learning English process. And then, I discovered this world of Canguro English. Canguro is in Spanish, right? The first word of Canguro English. And then I began making videos and interacting with people, and making videos, and my English has developed so much. If I seize up my English from now compared to 5 years ago, for example, or 3 years ago, or 3 years ago, it's much more different, right? It's a real difference. So I'm still working on it, and that is roughly my story related to English. And I keep going, right? Keep going, because this is it's not a race but a marathon, and it's a really a long marathon that lasts us forever, right? So we have to keep going. So that's my story related to English, Daniel. Thank you very much.